Welcome to the third episode of the 3 Counting Out podcast. That's right, we did it a third time. Who would have ever seen it coming? We're going to keep doing more. This week, we got a lot to talk about. We have some NFL playoff recap / looking forward to championship Sunday. And I assume that there's going to be a lot of hype and talk and planning around the Lions. And then, of course, we have to look into the other side of the podcast, which is wrestling, because this Saturday, before Championship Sunday, is the Royal Rumble. But, gentlemen, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. My name is Era V1. I'm very excited to be here today. I'm very excited that we are going to find out the fate of Seth Rollins in real time while we are recording this very episode, because we are recording this at 7:40 on Monday, right before Raw.
Hello, everyone. My name is Fire Guy Kev, the FGK Taco, now almost a Taco Bell champion, Taco Fest champion of the world, right here. I do have Law and Order on right now as we are proceeding to see what happens to Seth Rollins today. I just want to make that a point because I didn't get it right the first time. Anyway, continue.
You didn't have to say that. Nobody would have ever known.
Now they never will.
Oh, they will.
I'm the itch that you just can't get out. My name's Jackal Joker.
They make creams for that.
Ooh.
What do you think I'm wearing?
They're holding me against my will at this point. I'm Mike or Swanee. I don't know how I got here, but they just keep on putting me on this. I don't know what's happening anymore.
I don't know where I would be without you. I want to know. How could I live without you, Mike? I can't. I just can't.
True
well,
words
that's because
spoken.
I'm your third kidney.
That's why you smelled so familiar. Oh, that makes so much more sense now.
Wait, third?
I've had a lot of surgeries.
He plans on burning through a couple.
Oh, yikes!
On
that note,
we got a lot to talk about today. This is a big episode for us.
It is. It is a big episode. So let's get right into it. We started off Saturday, well, with Lamar Jackson reminding everyone who the fuck he is, and the Ravens slaughtered the Texans, 34-10.
It was close for 30 minutes, but as soon as they got out from halftime, we were all handedly reminded why the Ravens are the number 1 seed in the AFC, because goddamn, I have not seen a more complete team on that side of the NFL in quite some time, other than the Baltimore Ravens currently. But, albeit Lamar Jackson is still held together with spit, grit, and duct tape, so who's to know if that's going to last against the Kansas City Taylor Swifts. But all in all, against the Texans, good showing, and they make it to the championship.
I have, the Ravens to me are what a number 1 seed should look like. They actually seem imposing and a threat. I mean, the 49ers are technically a number 1 seed, but I'm not threatened by them at all. I think it'll be a great game. It was too close of a game to have your number 1 seed almost not win that game. The Ravens, however, if it gets to that point, I will actually be a little worried about them. If heaven forbid, the Lions make it that far and get a Super Bowl, that's the only thing that worries me. I'm not seriously worried about these 49ers in a so-called 1 seed.
Now, did any of you guys see the Mighty Ducks movies when you were kids?
Quack, quack, quack,
Quack,
quack, quack, quack, quack.
A long time ago once, and I haven't seen it since.
Well, so you know how, when the enemy team comes out, there's that really intense music? That's what happens in my head every time I see the Ravens take the field. I am terrified for whoever's on the other side of the ball, because it just looks like a team that's going to beat the absolute shit out of you.
Oh, and then they're like Ben Stiller's team in dodgeball.
Yes.
Don't tell Chris Statlander. Come out in the Ravens gear.
Yeah, their team is it's so intense to watch. And, I thought that the Niners were going to be the same way, and all of a sudden the Niners kind of looked like, mildly sick dogs.
And speaking of the Niners, that was the game that followed the absolute drubbing that was Houston-Baltimore. San Fran, Green Bay, As similar to what you all have been saying so far, I was not impressed in the slightest. I was not impressed.
No,
with the
yeah,
Niners.
that's what I'm saying. Like I don't see them, and I'm not threatened by the Niners. They're not a 1 seed to me. I think they played some really good games. I also think they squeaked away with a few, good games. But yeah, no, that's why I'm going into this Lions and Niners game with, dare I say, a little bit of hope.
Yeah,
It
I don't know.
Make me wonder though if it's just because the Packers were that. Like the Packers are probably going to be a hell of a team next year, right?
Oh my God, yeah.
Probably. And sorry, Mike, I didn't mean to talk over you. But
oh no, that's my bad. You go.
No, you're good. There's like a weird Discord delay, but I don't know what the fuck happened during that second half. That was so close, and I thought the Niners were just gonna fucking mop the floor, and I just like I had it on in the background, and I would like just come back and check in just because I honestly didn't really think it would be worth watching after what the Ravens did to the Texans, and I found myself coming back and just like sitting down and like actually watching it and being like, what the fuck is going on? Like,
for those of you keeping track, the Niners were actually 10-point favorites going into that game. Really? And only getting a last-second touchdown with 1 minute left in the game. Vegas thought this game was going to be a lot more further apart than what it ended up being.
And I don't know they're not ones to lose money.
Oh, God, no, absolutely not. I know it was rainy. I know the circumstances weren't good. I know they had time off, so Brock Purdy obviously has come out flat. Because I am... If Brock Purdy if there's no more Brock Purdy haters left on the planet... That means I have passed away and I have died because I do not like him as a quarterback. I think he is very much a average Joe surrounded by literal superstars, and he is being carried by the Avengers-laden team that is the 49ers. And hopefully, with the game that we're about to talk about next, the Detroit Lions waltz on into Santa Clara and absolutely punch that little Brock Purdy in the mouth to move on to the Super Bowl.
So you're not a fan of their quarterback. Who are you threatened by on their team? I mean, they had to make it this far for some
Everybody
reason.
else. Everybody else.
Do they have any like that wide receiver, that running back?
They have a star wide receiving core. They have Deebo Samuel, Brandon Ayuk. They have George Kittle, and then they have Christian McCaffrey, the best running back in the league.
Shit. Okay.
And they also have Nick Bosa, the most racist defensive end in the league.
Oh no! Oh no!
We do have the buff moniker. That our quarterback is white and not black, so we do have that buff, whereas the Packers did not. So.
Wait, what's the Nick Bosa thing?
Oh, that everybody thinks he gets a buff and he tries a little bit harder when he's going up against a black quarterback.
What the hell?
What?
Yeah.
I haven't heard this. What?
It is. I think, correct me if I'm wrong, Mike, but I think it's actually like a proven stat that Nick Bosa actually does get more sacks when he's going up against black quarterbacks.
Oh my God, he's got a vendetta.
Since we're doing a fresh podcast, I want to put allegedly.
Allegedly.
Covering all our bases, just in case.
The views held by Jackal Joker are not supported by the 3 Counted Out podcast.
If anybody thinks that we are like legitimate news at all, you are mistaken. We are 4 random dudes on the internet. We just make jokes.
Yeah,
come on, Mom, get it right.
just a bunch of yups on the internet. Said bad things about Nick Bosa.
But anyways, I think we've all said what we needed to say about San Francisco Green Bay because we just literally have so much shit to talk about. I've done it before. I'll probably do it again. Sorry, sweet cheeks.
I was just going to say that, the one thing before we even get into the Lions game, like the full thing, the one thing about the Lions going forward is that instead of just playing keep away in the second half, they need to do that thing called play offense. Because otherwise we are losing against both teams handedly. Right?
Indeed. Yeah. They came out very flat.
They've done it both games. They squeaked away with 1 touchdown because they go, it's the second half. Everybody hide. That doesn't work.
That's not going to beat San Francisco. No.
I will say, I just want to say as an Eagles fan, thank you. Appreciate that. Taking the Bucks out. Welcome. Glad you guys didn't go down. I am firmly in the Lions camp if you guys go to the Super Bowl. So I'm jumping on the bus, baby. I'm there. I'm with you.
I still can't get over that. That's just like a thing that's kind of happening. Like it's the Lions, man. Like we don't go to the Super. We don't win these kind of conference games. We don't almost go to the Super Bowl. Like it's so weird and so foreign that we are one game away from going
to the Special
60
Olympics
minutes
of football.
The Super Bowl
for the longest time.
Like
we were essentially the Special Olympics of football for the last 30 years.
First team to go 0-16. Like that's insane. And now we're here. And it's just
My favorite stat to come out of this weekend is that in the same century, the Lions were able to go 0-16 and reach the NFC Championship, all before the Dallas Cowboys even got close to it.
Oh my God, that's hilarious!
Makes me so fucking happy. Makes me. I'm gonna sleep so good tonight knowing that.
I'm not gonna find the picture again, but I did see the picture. It was something like that. Like the last 30 years, the Detroit Lions have been to the conference like 3 times now, and we have 2 wins. And the Cowboys have like 1.
Mm-hmm.
Like we are more of America's team than America's team.
It is very weird. Being actually, it's shit. Now that Blast is out somewhere in another ditch in Ohio drinking on today's episode, being the youngest one of the group, seeing the sentiment online always change from the Lions being the actual laughing stock of the NFL to multiple fan bases being like, no, go win this fucking thing. You guys got a lot of people behind you. Like the internet is actively rooting for the Lions, and I don't know how to feel about it. Like I don't know what to do with my hands. I just got here for the first time.
Who actually wants to succeed and everything? Sheesh.
I think if it comes down to the Lions versus the Ravens, I mean, most people are probably going to be behind the Lions just due to that underdog story. And hey, being a Philly fan, the underdog story gets people behind you.
Yeah,
absolutely.
When Ravens win a Super Bowl?
2
Super Bowls. Oh, then they're fine. Yeah, fuck them.
Yeah, they won your favorite Super Bowl. They won the Har Bowl.
Those bastards.
Yeah. Also,
is that when they faced each other?
Yep.
Oh my God. Yep. My name's Jim Harbaugh. Just what I mentioned.
Just a stat to really make Kevin more so in the camp of the Lions. If the Ravens do win the Super Bowl this year, you are about to live in a world where both the Harbaugh brothers won their respective championships.
That actually hurts. That actually hurts. I don't want them to have a happy fucking Thanksgiving this year. That's bullshit. Although I would like to see the infighting of, oh man, I won my college conference. Oh, that's cute. I won the Super Bowl.
I won that.
But keep talking, Jim. God damn it, I hate that family. And I don't know why. And you know what? Actually, I kind of know why. I hate the other Harbaugh because of association to Jim, who's just. I know you love him. I know he's your boy. But oh my God, every time I see that man, he's bitching about something.
One more thing I would like to say about the Lions-Niners matchup, and then we can move on. We can go to something else, or we can keep on the subject. I would just like to be the one to mention this. I would personally, you can make a clip of this too, I don't care. I would like to make a wager out there to a certain doctor, disrespect. If you're so-called 49ers, oh my God, we're from California. If you guys pull out the win, I will go into your stream. I will donate, gift you 20 subs. 20 subs.
Whoa!
If the Lions win, this little old streamer, you may not even hear this. Who cares? I'm throwing it out there. If the Lions win, I get to run some games with you. That's it. Friendly little wager. You got nothing to lose, and I got everything to gain. Putting that out in the ether. You suck on that one, big fella. You get back to me. The two-time playing with the JJ Jackal Joker.
Well, hold on. I want a little piece of this action.
Wait.
I'm a double the fucking offer.
Oh.
If that happens, I will also throw 20 your way, but then you also have to 3-stack the 2-time, the Jackal Joker, and the FGK Fire Guy Kev in some Warzone.
The bet has been placed. The last thing I have to say about this is that if you were to sit down and tell me that if there was going to be a team from Michigan wearing blue, being a part of the final 4 teams of their league, traveling out to California to play a team wearing red that absolutely nobody thinks they're going to beat. And if they do beat them, they're going to make it to their championship game going up against one of the most high-powered offenses in said league. I'm going to say, wow, what a good season. What a good season for Michigan. I'm so proud of them. Nope. The Lions, too. Both going out to California. Both playing the Niners. Both playing Alabama. Both wearing red. Underdogs. Everything. I'm geeked. This is the best football season of all time.
Yeah, I think
the
we're
last
all.
time they won the NFC Championship, I wasn't even technically one.
Yeah,
the
I
last
think
time
we're
they
all
won
on the
playoff
Lions train
game,
right now.
I wasn't even technically 3. So I mean, this is surreal because like I've been to games where we've won, I've been to games where we've lost. I've sat close, I've sat far. This is the first time where I've gotten to be here while they've been not just good but great. 12-5 record, headed to the NFC Championship. It's a beautiful thing.
And
Almost as
one
beautiful as
last-
Jason Kelsey.
he is very gorgeous. That's a very good segue, but I will
Athlete.
continue off your segue real quick because we have our first ever guest joining us real quick on TikTok, world famous TikToker. Anaya Satoa wanting to come on in and share her opinions on the matchup.
Welcome in.
Here, you want to make a prediction, do you not?
Yeah, I guess. Even though I'm still very new to football, I don't know really anything about it. I've already believed that the Lions were going to win. That's already happened. But the other part of my prediction did not come true because the other team that I was rooting for did not make it.
Was the Buffalo Bills.
Yep. I thought those two
Josh
were
Allen,
going to go at each other.
Yeah, I mean the Bills
that's it.
got.
We have to kill Josh Allen for letting you down.
Yeah, I mean that's the only fitting punishment for sure. I think it makes sense. He's not doing anything. His season's over.
Yeah, he's in Cancun now.
What's the whole Cancun joke, by the way?
Thank you
Why
very
not?
much for joining us, Anaya Satoa. Thank you.
Thank you, Anaya. Thank you.
Cancun is basically when football season's done and these guys got millions in the bank account. Where else would you want to go?
Well, apparently Jason Kelsey goes to Kansas City and freezes his
to
nips off,
upstate New
drunk as
York.
fuck.
Man, that man was
upstate
having
New York,
a
yeah.
great night.
Dude,
I mean, to be fair, he was supporting his brother like a good brother would.
I've said it time and time again. There is nothing better for this world than a drunk Jason Kelsey. He is
Absolutely
one of the most entertaining people, and when he's drunk, it's just turned up. It's amazing. He's given a bunch of like drunk speeches at like mummers parades in Philadelphia and shit. I love it.
That man might just be like one of those few football players that like kind of everyone likes. Even if you hate the Eagles, you still like Jason Kelsey.
Yeah, absolutely.
I would not necessarily say the same about his brother yet. I'm not sure if people are on the Travis train only because of T Swift, but I feel like himself, he's like I've never heard one bad thing about that man.
No,
now that
I
we've
don't.
oh no, I cut my off again.
Oh my God.
Oh no, I was gonna say I don't know if you can say one bad thing about that man. He's just too pure.
He is just a big bearded man.
Now that we've segued perfectly into Kansas City Buffalo, I'm gonna just outright say it. I don't know if either Sean McDermott is the guy or if Josh Allen can get him over the hump anymore. Like something needs to happen in Buffalo because they're 0 for 3 at this point, and that's not good.
Yeah, I mean there needs to be some changes there for sure.
It needs to be changed. Absolutely.
What are they 0-3 in?
Beating Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs.
Oh, dude, that's not what you want to be 0-3 in.
Kryptonite is what it is.
No.
It's the no you. Either just like I mean you at this point it's gonna be like it's gonna be a bet next year.
Will the Bills beat Patrick Mahomes in the playoffs? Yes or no? All the bets are placed on no. What a surprise!
Take the no.
It's really entertaining to watch when Kermit the Frog loses a game, how bitchy he is, and then when he wins the game, he's like, Well, I mean, I knew we had it in us, everything. Or I mean, I can't do a good. We won the game.
I was really excited that we won the game.
Really glad we won.
Taylor Swift was in the booth. It was really cool.
That's Miss Piggy more than
over by the
Kermit. Okay. That's fine.
That's because Kermit's got pork on his breath.
He's got a little pig.
Well, Kermit's having a good night out,
Gross.
That was Yoda.
But regardless, we got 4 teams left. Ravens, Chiefs, Niners, Lions. I'll give you mine. I'll go first. Give me the week 1 rematch. Chiefs, Lions, run it back. The game that started the season is going to be the same game that ends the season. That's what I would want to say.
That is quite poetic.
Same result too, huh?
Well,
Same
hopefully
result.
same result.
Damn right, same result.
I really, 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 if that does happen, I want to see Patrick Mahomes go on and be like, that was the worst fucking call I've ever seen in my life. Those referees had everything against me.
Now he's Wilfred Brimley.
Maybe a little Richard Nixon in there.
Without a crook.
I'm a good football player. Where's Chris
I'm playing
Collinsworth?
football and I got diabetes.
I want Chris Collinsworth to go, man, that was a little golfy, and just break Mahomes' heart. He turned her against me. At this point,
You have done that yourself.
I do picture, Chris Collinsworth as Padme, and Patrick Mahomes is Vader, and Goff is Obi-Wan.
What a perfect lineup.
I
Yeah,
like
but your picks
universe.
though.
Oh, sorry. I mean, I'm not gonna vote against my lines. And like I said, even you said, apparently we got a new tight end. Is that for this upcoming game or this next season?
No, this upcoming batch, because our current backup to Sam Laporta broke his forearm in the game, so he is probably done for the year.
Okay, but
And Zach Ertz is a legend. He's really good. He will be able to come in and be able to do whatever we need him to immediately. Will he be able to do it at full speed? Probably not.
who does he play for
But
now?
he's a good
Who did
route
play for him?
runner.
Also, he is forever tied to the city of brotherly love, because I do believe he was on that 2017 Eagles Super Bowl champion team.
Yes, he was. Yes, he was. Speaking of the 2017 Eagles Super Bowl champions, Jeffrey Lurie. Listen, bud, I know you're not going to listen to this, but if you ever do, I just want to say from the bottom of my heart, I had a really rough week, and I just want to say thank you for today, because not only did they get rid of Sean Desai, not only did we get rid of Matt Patricia, finally, we have gotten rid of Matt Patricia. He's gone. I want him out. I don't know why you ever kept him on your team. He needs to leave. And then, we're like, all right, cool. This is great. We're chilling. Then they start bringing him back, baby, because they're interviewing now for all of these positions, and now they're interviewing for an offensive coordinator who brought us to the Super Bowl victory in 2017. And gentlemen, I firmly believe that this time next year, if we are still doing this podcast, the role is going to be fucking reversed, and I'm going to be the most excited person in all of Philly to watch the Eagles win another fucking Super Bowl.
Not that I don't want to rain on your parade, but I just feel like now you've solidified Matt Patricia becoming your head coach.
No, Sirianni's staying. No, Sirianni's staying.
Oh, is he staying?
Apparently he's
I
staying.
hear about Era doing a suicide swan dive off the top of a building in Philly if that happened.
Era's now on suicide watch.
If Matt Patricia gets signed as a head coach to the Eagles, which will not happen because Nick Sirianni's job is not in jeopardy, despite what everybody is saying, I'm moving to Detroit. I don't.
There you go.
Yeah, he came and left here. He ain't fucking coming back here.
Listen.
Yeah, can we talk about real quick, because it's not all fans, but that little core group of shitty Philly fans that are like, wow, bye Sirianni, like it was his fault the team did fucking terrible. because it wasn't the whole team. It was just really the defense.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
it
was all
just
Patricia.
the defense.
Patricia was the one that needed to go.
To be
Like
honest, a lot
Sirianni
of
has turned that team, has kept that team great.
yeah,
They need to keep
Sirianni.
him around for as long as possible.
I like Sirianni. I don't think he's bad. I think the problem with Sirianni that they allegedly had towards the end of the season is that Jalen Hurts started calling bad audibles out on the field. I think, but at the end of the day, that's between Jalen Hurts and the offensive coordinator. And then if you bring back somebody who already brought us a fucking Super Bowl championship, I think him and Jalen can get along. And I think in terms of the defense, that was, fucking Swiss cheese under Matt Patricia. Fire Matt Patricia, problem solved. So I'm happy. I'm good, man. I'm happy.
I assume Sirianni's the one that got you the Super Bowl like 3 years ago, right?
No,
Okay.
No, that was Doug Peterson.
that was Doug Peterson. That
Oh, it
correct.
wasn't Sirianni. Oh.
No, because then Doug Peterson turned around and had a couple of bad years strung after the Super Bowl, which is why he is now in Jacksonville.
Ooh, and how'd they end up?
They started really well, and then they lost basically every single game afterwards to miss the playoffs by one game.
Oh, that sucks.
Mm-hmm.
So far away.
That Jacksonville team is an enigma.
However, I don't want to spend the rest of this podcast talking about the Jacksonville Jaguars because, gentlemen, we're basically halfway through this, and we haven't even touched on one of the even other bigger things happening on Saturday night live from Tampa Bay.
Well, before we talk about that, ladies and gentlemen, for the first time ever in 3 Counting Out podcast history, we have breaking news right now, going on right now. Seth Rollins is out. He is out. He's not vacating. He says he's just going to be out for a little bit. They are not changing the plans. Wow. They're just going to keep it rolling. Now, I was prepared for this because here's the thing. I don't think it's WWE that wants to keep it on Seth. I think it's Seth that wants to keep it on Seth because Seth, this entire time, is a workhorse champion, in and out. He had the whole thing with his back. I mean, that still hasn't been fixed. I don't give a fuck, dude. You need to take it slow. You need to respect your body. If you're hurt, you're hurt. You need to fucking sit down. I don't think there's anything wrong with Seth going, hey, look at what I've done the whole time I've had this title. And then it sucks that he has to vacate it, but it's not like it doesn't have this giant legacy, and you fill that legacy by either making it the prize for the Royal Rumble or fixing the problem that we talked about last week with Damian Priest and having him cash in, which I think is what they should do. Although it sounds like that's probably what they're not going to do. Although we still have 3 hours left of Raw, so who knows?
It's going to be a long night.
All right. So now I know they're not going to do it, but let's be honest here. When it comes down to the titles right now, we have Roman's title that he's just never going to lose. He's going to break. I'm not going to go on that tangent right now.
Right.
But we have Roman's title. We have the Intercontinental title, which at this rate, I think is more prestigious than the World Heavyweight title. It's the third stringer, honestly. It just squeaks by the U.S. title, which we can get to that at any other time. Thank you, Logan Paul, you fucking twat. I think what they should do is he should keep the title. He'd be like, you know what? I'm not going to give this up. I like it. Blah, blah, this and that. Kind of make it mean something. All right. It's something that he wants to keep. It's something he wants. It's something that he's put his literal body on the line to protect. I think that he should defend it, lose it immediately. Like his body can't keep up. It was his own mistake. He should have vacated it. And then he needs to just come on this redemption tour after he's back and healed up and everything, where he fights his hardest to get it back, but maybe he can't. Whoever knows champion, whether it's Punk, whether it's Gunther, whether it's McIntyre, doesn't matter. I think what they should do is make this something that not only like that he needs to get back, like that's his title, kind of make it mean something. Because right now, I don't really think it means anything. I mean, maybe I could be wrong. This is just my feeling. To me, it goes Roman's title, Intercontinental title, World Heavyweight title, U.S. title. I don't know. I feel like they need to add that little bit of something extra to it.
I mean, for me, I kind of agreed with the way Era went with it. I think, Seth is quote unquote injured. You have Damian come out later and just beat the absolute piss out of him attack, quote unquote, that leg, just tear it to pieces, pin him. Damian Priest has the belt until whatever Rumble Elimination Chamber drops it, and then they can do whatever plan they still want to do for WrestleMania. Because obviously, no offense to Damian Priest and all the momentum that he originally had that they blew, but they're clearly not going to keep the belt on him for more than a cup of coffee.
No. Transitional champion.
But that's just it. He can put on a great match if he needs to, and he does. He puts on a really great match. Just put the belt on him. Let him get in the ring with some of the other guys that are really good. Get him some momentum. Make it look like he might retain, and then obviously lose.
I think there's
Easy
plenty
enough.
of time left with Damian Priest where they can 100% do that.
I don't know. It seemed like this is a kind of a Braun Strowman thing where like they should just had him cash it in a bit ago. Now the dust is kind of settled. No one really gives a shit. I mean, they could change it, but I'm just, I feel like the dust has settled on his whole reign, or like his whole like holding the briefcase and everything. So if he does it, it's got to be done well, or it's just going to look really sloppy, which per WWE.
I hope with all of this that we just realize once and for all, this firmly means that Jinder Mahal does not need a world title shot ever again. I don't even care if it wasn't his fault. I don't care. Don't put him in the fucking main event scene. I don't want him there. I'm hindering Jinder. I don't give a shit.
Calm down, Tony Khan.
There was no reason for Jinder Mahal to be in that match. And
no, absolutely.
Was that whole thing out of spite because of what Tony Khan said?
Maybe.
Probably.
I don't know. I think Jinder Mahal came back as a cheap way to get the Rock pop, even though he didn't need it. And then I think they just kind of didn't know what to do with him. And yeah, he's there. He's just there for the eventual Indian PLE, I guess. But like, even then, when he gets back up, like when we get to whatever that fucking PLE is, wherever it is, whenever it is, they haven't announced it yet. But whenever that shows up, like, I don't want to see Jinder Mahal just because they're going to be in India. Like, there's better Indian wrestlers. Like, find some of them and put them on the map.
If you're not, and there's no offense meant by this, but it's just unfortunately true. In WWE's eyes, unless you are white or black, if you're any other color or brown, they seem like they're like, you're a bad guy.
Yeah.
And that's all I got. You're just a douchebag bad guy.
Evil foreigner.
Or if you're Indian, they make you dance like they did with Shanky.
Oh, poor Shanky.
And then if you're Asian, you're just a fucking joke.
You're a
But
ninja.
isn't Jinder also from like Canada?
He's Canadian. He's Canadian.
Yeah, he's Canadian.
Yeah. Makes
Is
no
he?
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, they should have dove into that.
Nah, it's too much work.
Oh, Canada.
But like Jinder doesn't even have, they never allowed him to develop a personality, so he's never had one the whole time he's been there. It's just
Don't need him. Don't need him.
here's generic bad guy from India. Hate him because he's foreign. Like they're still doing the same stuff from the 70s.
And if he shows up in the Royal Rumble, I'm not gonna care. Speaking of the Royal Rumble,
oh boy!
Wow, what a segue!
Wow,
Oh, it's time.
Nice segue.
Wow.
It's
Red hot
time.
chili paper.
Oh,
Red
it's
hot
time.
chili peppers.
Chili peppers.
I have been waiting to talk about the Royal Rumble since we said we were going to start a wrestling podcast. Gentlemen, we are here. It is the beginning of the road to WrestleMania.
WrestleMania.
I'm so excited.
Oh, I'm
Santino
so ready.
comes back, wins it all in one.
Fuck yes!
I'm down.
Yes, Santino, let's go, baby.
They'll never see it
To
coming.
solidify his clearly Hall of Fame career.
X-Pac is going to come back and stick his dick in everyone's face. It's going to be awesome.
He's gonna rip his other asshole.
Damn it! Stole my joke.
Do you think Shawn Michaels who hits the Shawn Michaels spot? Who hits the skin the cat?
Dolph Ziggler. Oh.
Oh.
Mustafa Ali.
Oh. Chad Gable? He's still there.
Like a Ricochet, maybe.
Wait. How long into the match until they have a stupid Kofi spot he can't do anymore?
I know. Like, did he
when
fail
does
the
he
last
enter?
two?
In the middle.
Yeah.
Probably 13.
You think? It's a good.
Yeah,
Good
I
guess.
think Kofi's gonna come in probably like 14 or 15, and then I think the spot's gonna be probably like him getting like just legitimately chucked into a guardrail somehow, you know, like not like him jumping, but someone's gonna throw at him because he knows that he can't get there anymore, you know, like he knows that he's fucked up in the past. So I think he's gonna have some sort of assistance, and I think that's gonna fuck up. I don't think it's gonna be Kofi's fault this year.
I don't think they'll ever do this, but a terrific spot just to at least get the cheap pop and to get him back in a ring and not actually do anything. You have Big E come in at like 17, right? Huge pop for Big E.
Oh my God, yeah.
And then the people that follow him in immediately are like Omos, Lashley, a bunch of other big guys, and then he just goes, "Never mind," and he just steps back out.
What if
Goodbye.
I would laugh. He's just like, you know what? Never mind. And he steps
I
out.
don't want to.
they've done the pancake on the floor spot before? What if it's Big E on the floor? What if he's just like under the ring? Yeah, like remember when they had the cage match with fucking Dexter Lumis, and he slid out, and they had like that one shot of it just like being straight down on Dexter Lumis. What if they just did that but with Big E, and Kofi just like lands on his chest or something? Just lands on those two big man titties. Yeah, dude.
I would love that.
It'd be great. I'd be for it.
And bless him. I know he was trying, but I think it was last year where like Kofi landed and he got eliminated. Like landed straight on his back, and Mike Cole went, "No, he's not out. He landed on his back. That's not the same." Like, no.
Yeah, the dumb rules they keep on implementing when people accidentally touch the ground. Like, oh no, it's got to be your feet, not your whole back and arms and legs, just your feet.
Yep.
What?
No, his toes touch. That's not his full. That's not flat feet. That doesn't count. That's not the same.
Okay.
So what? Who do you think's coming back in the Royal Rumble match? What returns you got? I mean, in all transparency, I said X-Pac because he has been training at the Performance Center for an in-ring return, which you don't do that in January if it's not for the Royal Rumble. But who else you guys think might be coming back?
Can't wait for the crowd to go mild for that one.
Right? I've been training. I sewed my asshole for this.
But realistically, my realistic prediction is probably Andrade, since his contract's up and they haven't really brought him back in. They were eyeing it for a return for him. That I think is the most possible. But my long shot that I don't think is going to happen, but I would love for the absolute roof to be blown off the place, is someone who is better than you, and you know it.
No way. No.
There's no way.
At the bidding war of 2024, he was talking about it. I mean, I think it's a very, 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 very slim chance, but I don't think there is a 0 chance.
I think that MJF secretly silently re-signed, I should say, with AEW months ago, and that's why they decided to even keep the title on him for that long.
Yeah.
I could have swore that, like, in November, they talked about the fact that he signed, like, a 5-year deal, and then they deleted it so that they could say that there was a whole bidding war.
Of 2024.
I don't know. I mean, I would love to see MJF in WWE. I just don't think it's going to happen at any time soon.
Well, my problem with him in WWE is, what's MJF good at?
Talking.
Right. That's the problem. Is if MJF
won't
goes,
they let him do?
That's the problem.
Exactly.
Is if MJF goes to WWE, he's going to be on a WWE microphone, and he will not be in the WWE that we're in right now. He can't exist.
You poo-poo fart face. I'm MJF.
Hey,
listen here, you stinky boy.
Whoa!
Well, that's like, Logan Paul can't cut a promo to save his life, because I'm sure if they let him swear, it'd probably end up decent. But he called people a bunch of dorks. Like, really?
No, I love that though. I kind of love that. I've been just going around all week just going, "You fucking dorks." Just like.
So
anyways,
Mike, who do you have coming back this year?
I mean, CM Punk's gonna win. I don't know.
No.
My favorite thing is, I know who they're gonna try and push, even though everybody wants him to just go away and never show up in the WWE for real. Gable Stevenson's probably gonna come in. Even though he got,
Oh, I felt that guttural reaction.
they tried to get him cheap pops at a fucking Atlanta live event. He wore an Atlanta
Dude.
jersey and he got booed out of the fucking building.
Oh
Good.
my
Just
god,
nobody
that's
wants him there.
hilarious.
You go out there and it's like, why do I even give a fuck about you, dude? Like, come on, man.
Hey, I don't.
Well, I mean, when people are automatically like, wait, this dude already has a sketchy past, and now you're going to
Yeah.
try and force us to like him? Go fuck yourself. Like, no.
And he's not even fun to hate like Logan Paul. Like, there's no reason for me to give a fuck about him.
Well, and Logan Paul's not even fun to hate. He's also just a douchebag. I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah, but I want to
Both
punch him in the
people that
face.
would get- Well, I mean, both kind of deserve to get punched in the face. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
We both know their histories.
They both deserve to get punched in the face with a hammer.
Yes.
Right?
God, I wish
Like-
it was Kevin Owens.
Oh, God, be amazing. And not just because he gets to wrestle him, just because, woof. What a tattoo that man has.
Oh, the T-Rex?
And
Yeah,
Hot
you're a
Ones.
fan of
T-Rex
that?
tattoo. That's a
Oh,
nice
yeah,
tattoo.
dude. I don't know if I want a T-Rex though. I mean, it's. Listen. I got
Why
some
not?
weird choices. I don't know if I get it. I don't know if
And
I get a
then-
T-Rex.
We've been talking about the men's. Like, if Sasha Banks comes back, so what?
Dude.
Who cares?
Dude.
Like, there's 0 point in her showing up. I don't care anything about her. She wasn't that special to begin with. She was able to put her body on the line, and what happened? She got injured every time. She was injured constantly.
Yeah.
Bailey has outworked her by what, tenfold? Becky's outworked her by tenfold.
Like,
She's gonna come back, try and think she's hot shit, and then she's gonna just go away again because she's irrelevant. She hasn't done anything on the indies. Like, you had a chance to go make a name for yourself, and you're still living off of what you made in WWE.
yeah.
Good job, I guess.
To be fair, she's been injured for a long while that she's been on the
For a
indies.
long
I don't.
while.
Yeah, I don't know exactly what the injury is, but I know that she has not been able
That's just
to
it,
wrestle,
though.
like not out of
She's-
choice.
Always injured.
True.
I feel like she won the Cody Rhodes treatment where she goes away. I become a household name, not due to WWE, but because of my skill. And then she went away. And now people, and it's not the same effect. No one cares. Like, you didn't do anything.
I think WWE not signing Sasha Banks already is one of their biggest missed opportunities under the Triple H era. And because of that, she's going to go to AEW and she's going to do just fine in AEW, but she's not going to do anything really notable in AEW because people are just going to be waiting for her to go back to the WWE because they want Sasha Banks and Naomi in the WWE. That's what people want to see. So like eventually it's going to happen. It's going to be this like kind of weird limbo state, it's like kind of just waiting for.
Speaking of people
Again, you
that
say
are returning
missed
that I don't care
opportunity.
about,
Yeah.
I actually like there's not that many names that it could pop. There's no big surprises this year, I think, besides like Big E, like maybe the MJF thing, but like I can't really think of anything besides, the biggest name of them all, X-Pac coming back. Like there's real no big names that could like
Ryder.
Edge isn't coming back. Who?
Zack Ryder.
I don't think
Who?
he will.
Matt Cardona.
Yeah, Zack Ryder's dead. If he comes back to the WWE, he'd be Matt Cardona. I don't think he's coming back to the WWE yet. I think if he comes back at all, he's coming back at WrestleMania. I think this year, the Royal Rumble, instead of having returns come back, I feel like it's going to be a lot of NXT guys coming up. People like Braun Breaker, or people like Lexis King that could, they're names that we know and names that people will talk about. Like, people are going to look up a clip if they, they're going to look up Braun Breaker in the Royal Rumble if he's in the Royal Rumble, even if he's only in it for like 30 seconds. So I don't necessarily know if any of those guys are going to go the distance. I don't think we're going to have anyone go the marathon again for a while like Gunther did. But I think a lot of the spotlight's going to be on NXT.
If they're ever going to bring Braun Breaker up, they need to put a belt on him immediately because he's too good to not be in a belt scene.
Yeah.
Lexis King has shown zero. Like, I know that WWE said, hey, we're not doing the Brian Pillman name. That's not going to be you. Just like they did with, Steiner. They were like, you can be a Steiner, but you don't get to use that name. Sorry, bud. I get it, I guess, because they want you to make your own way. But at the same time, it's like, Lexus King right now has had just some pretty good matches, but everything has just kind of been all right.
Lexus King has had
Hasn't been great.
Lexus King has had like his weird he's like a full time he's like a tenured veteran because he's been in AEW, but at the same time he wasn't like training in AEW. Like AEW doesn't have a performance center. It's just like you show up beforehand and there's a ring set up and you just roll around and there's an AEW performance center where
there has to be.
That was what they used, and then Cody ended up basically giving it to him, the whole Nightmare Factory.
Really?
I thought Cody still had the Nightmare Factory. That's why it was such a big blow when, even though QT Marshall was even though he didn't do anything on screen, he was basically running that. Damn. All right.
Me, pick me, teacher. Me, pick me, please.
Yes, you in the back?
Hi, yes, hello. Can we save our Royal Rumble podcast to continue talking about the Royal Rumble, not NXT and performance centers, please?
That's a good point. All right.
Because I got the card pulled up here. I've been waiting to talk about this fucking thing, but we're going off on so many different tangents.
Hey, fuck you. I was using that as a segue to talk about how in the Women's Royal Rumble, we're going to get to finally see Jade Cargill because she's been in the fucking NXT Performance Center locked up in a fucking closet while Shawn Michaels puts her behind a fucking bulletproof glass. They need to break that bitch, let her out, run through the women's division, take that fucking title off Rhea Ripley, because God fucking damn it, I'm getting sick and tired of it, and I never thought I'd say that. I'm getting sick and tired of Rhea Ripley not having weekly defenses. I never thought I'd say it. There we go.
Also, didn't Jade Cargill blow her knee out like a month ago?
No, that was me.
She did.
Yeah, she ain't come back anytime soon.
Oh wait, no, was that Cora Jade? Who blew their knee out? Who blew their knee out?
Wait, who the fuck? Who?
Cora Jade.
Hold on, the big black lady. Cora Jade's a tiny, 18-year-old.
Okay, I think it was the other one then. I don't know. Someone look it up.
Cora Jade fucking blew her knee out 6 days ago.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay, so
she tore ACL.
Cora's good.
No, Cora's not good. Cora Jade blew her ACL out 6 days ago. She's not good.
Yes, I think Bayley's gonna win the Women's Rumble. That's my pick. Someone else go.
God, this episode sucks.
All right, so
I'm just now realizing there's Cora Jade. There's Jade Cargill. Cargill.
I quit. I retire.
All right, wait. On this podcast, I want to point it out that there's one person in this fucking group that actually wrestles, and he knows the least about goddamn wrestling.
Oh yeah, I don't think we ever said that. I don't.
Can
you wrestle?
The Taco Fest champion.
I am a professional wrestler, and yeah, that's. I just didn't put two and two together. It's like Kevin. Oh, there's.
You put
Kingston.
2 and 2 together.
There's King Kofi.
83.
Yeah, it's like Kevin Owens and Kevin Bacon. They're like the same person. Yep.
Oh my God.
Oh wait, no, they're not the same person.
And they said for Jade Cargill that basically it's wherever she wants to go and whenever she's ready.
Oh, I thought they were keeping her locked up. I don't know why they want to put her out now.
Because if I were her, I would just wait, maybe see what they're going to do with Tiffany Stratton, because Tiffany Stratton's also ready for the main roster. Jade Cargill, could probably go run NXT for a second, then move up to the roster. It's all whatever she wants to do. They're probably paying her an assload of money.
All right, hold on. Let me bring this in real quick. Okay, we have Danny's pick for the Women's Royal Rumble. I would also like to get Danny's pick for the men's winner of the Royal Rumble.
It's going to be Punk. It has to be Punk. It makes the most sense to be Punk.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we're all agreeing that it's Punk.
Yeah, men's is Punk for sure.
Which The Rock comes in and actually spoils his moment at the last second.
God,
and The Rock wins it.
Honestly, I'd rather have The Rock win this. I just don't want CM Punk to win. I just think he's such a drama queen. Regardless, I could get to that. Mike, who do you have winning the women's?
I think they pretty much set it up only one way, right? Unless for some reason they do decide, hey, it's Jade Cargill's time. I think it's going to just be Bayley, and then it's going to be Bayley versus EO for the championship, obviously.
It does write a good story. Who else
Because
is
Becky can get there through. I feel like Becky earning her way through the chamber, it makes it a little more sense to fight.
Well, and they're already
Rhea.
talking about Becky versus Rhea anyways, so.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah,
there you
who
go.
else? Who else are contenders for the women's match right now? Like that one does make the most sense. But is there any like? Is there literally anyone else right now that has like name that could win right now?
Charlotte's hurt. Bianca lost the title to EO, so I don't think she's going to do anything with it.
The only person that really has like a story going on Raw right now for the money or for the Royal Rumble is Nia Jax, and I don't want to see that. So
I'm going to say this now, if they give Nia Jax a belt again, I refuse to watch a women's match on Raw because, good God, she can't wrestle. She still just hurts people. It's just absurd that they even give her time.
Well, Mike, if you were The Rock's cousin, you'd probably get special treatment too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what? That's a fair point.
All right. Well, that point. I mean, all right. So I see. Do we? I mean, I know we're all like, yeah, it's Punk. It's gonna be Punk. But like, can I just throw this out there? How do we feel about like an AJ Styles? Dare I say, heaven forbid, an LA Knight win? I mean, that place would
they're not in the Rumble.
I would like it, but I don't think they're going to do double duty.
Yeah, they're not. They have a four-way.
They're not going to do double duty. They'll be in the chamber. I feel like they'll absolutely be in the chamber.
Oh, for sure.
And it is probably going to be Punk because that chamber's going to be for Roman's title, and the Royal Rumble is going to be for the World Heavyweight title. God damn it!
There you go. Now he does have a brain. There it is.
Oh, it's so sad. I know. I'm trying to rework it so that it's not CM Punk. Like, but no, I mean, there's literally no other way to put it, and it sucks that I know it's not going to happen. I know Roman's not going to drop his title at a Royal Rumble, but I also miss those days when that was a possibility. Like say about like Super Cena, but at least that dude dropped titles at like house shows, or not house shows, but like Raw. He dropped it on fucking. When I say house show, I mean just like basic, Raw and SmackDown.
Anything that's not Mania, yes, I understand.
Like I'm just saying, like I know he's not.
We talked about it last time.
God, I know.
We talked about it last time. Where again, it's very possible they could drop the belt this time, and then be like, okay, now it's The Rock versus Roman at Mania for head of the table, and then it can be Cody versus Orton for Cody to finish his story, which would make sense because he spent a long time of his career under the tutelage of Randy Orton.
As much as I'd like to say that they're gonna have Roman Reigns lose the belt without him being pinned or submitted, which I think this is probably the only opportunity that they can do this to Roman Reigns in the foreseeable future. If for some reason they don't take the easy out to just, have more Roman later, it's gonna be Roman Reigns. I would really like for it to be Randy Orton though. I would really, really, really love to see Randy Orton just get another one on that tally, and we can just keep pushing him closer and closer and closer to being better than Ric Flair.
Honestly, I would love that. What's Orton at right now? Does anybody know like what titles he's actually at right now? Is it like 14 or something?
He's at like 14 or 15. Let me see.
Because I know Cena and Rick are tied. And Cena's not going to break it at this point because he's old man McGillicuddy.
So according
Cena said if anybody deserved to break it.
I know.
According to Wikipedia, Randy Orton has 14 world championships in the WWE.
Okay.
So he's two
and
away.
Got gas in the tank. I feel like give him this one, make it 15, and then just give him one more. I don't care how long they last. It'd have to be 3 more. Oh man, this 16 is going to be a bitch.
But regardless, we still got 2 matches left. Logan Paul, Kevin Owens. Obviously, I think Logan Paul's going to win it, kind of take the title into Mania. Makes no sense to drop it to Kevin Owens there, as much as I would love for him to drop it to KO. I think we're all in agreement on that one.
Yeah, I think Logan Paul is too good for social media, and social media is too important going into WrestleMania, so they're going to keep it on Logan Paul.
And to wrap things up on this episode, since we are coming up on that hour mark, the men's fatal 4-way, I'm fully on Roman because I want Era to have that moment where he gets to watch Roman get dethroned at Mania live and in person. So I'm thinking Roman's going to take it to Mania, and they're going to figure it out from there.
It's going to feel so good to watch him get pinned. Oh, God.
Cathartic almost.
Really, dude. It's going to be great.
No, I mean, I would just like to make a little addendum to that. I got Kevin Owens in this one, unless, God, I hope it happens. I really hope it happens where he like pulls out the brass knuckles again, and then someone stops him, and then the guy says, "Here you go, Logan Paul," just like that one dumbass that did that, and then that's how the match goes, because that was probably the greatest thing, whatever pay-per-view that was. Oh, it was chef's kiss of just.
Oh yeah, Pablo Escobar.
Yeah,
how many Logan Paul cronies do you think get involved in the match? And Michael Cole just goes, "That's one of Logan Paul's friends. That's one of his friends. I don't know his name, but that's one of his friends." And they just keep screaming that for 5 minutes.
And it's just generic guy 3.
Yep, just generic vlogger guy.
Oh, it's gonna happen. Oh, it's gonna happen. Oh yeah. Damn, I was totally like, oh man, what if they did that? But I totally forgot they're in a freaking 4-way, and that Roman's just going to retain again because shenanigans. When was the last time he actually lost like clean? Or I'm sorry, one clean.
Oh,
when Jay pinned him.
I don't know.
Was that it?
No, that was clean, right?
Not at SummerSlam. No, that was shenanigans because that's when they had the My Brother's Evil now.
Oh yeah, there were that's right. It has been a while since there's been a clean bloodline match.
Wasn't
I
it
guess
2019?
Oh, Jesus Christ! Probably.
God. Oh, I'm gonna be so happy when this is all done and we can actually have like other people be champion. It's gonna be fucking great.
You guys remember the attitude there when there was like 8 main event guys that just like flip flop the title, and it was a lot of fun. Not just Roman wins, lol, for 5 fucking years.
It wouldn't be so bad if Roman was just there. I understand if he doesn't or can't have matches every week, if it has to do with like a health thing, like we were talking about last week. I understand that if that is the reason. I understand it. Any other reason, it's like, dude, what the fuck are you doing? Whose fucking dick did he suck to get this kind of booking? Was it Vince McMahon's? Because Vince McMahon is fucking gone. Can we move on past this? This is like Roman Reigns is the last big fucking like Vince McMahon fuck you. And it's like, can we just get this dude out? And can we just like, nothing against Roman Reigns. He's great. I want him to go away for like 6 months. And then I want him to come back and like not even touch the WWE title. I want him to just come back and just be like, I'm the fucking shit. And then it's just like an inner like bloodline civil war thing. Like we need a break. WWE needs to fucking do more shit than just bloodline and Judgment Day.
Yeah, I mean, I am tired of the bloodline stuff at this point. But I mean, I get why they still do it. They kind of have to, I guess, at this point. They had this whole storyline, and then instead of finishing it, they're just kind of keeping it going.
Like,
hooray.
There's no difference in story from Cody winning it this year when he should have won it last year. Like, it does nothing for him winning it this time when all the hype was at last WrestleMania. Like,
no, but he faced adversity this time. He fought Brock Lesnar like 3 times.
Oh my, I know, and that's what they're going to say. Well, now he can do it. Like, no, like he had it. Like, that was it. Dude came back from like ripping his pectoral muscles out. He won the Rumble. Like, that was it. That was peak. That was the ultimate climax that you could have hit. But instead, you were like, well, hold on, no, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna do a whole nother year, and it's gonna feel somehow less because we're the WWE and Roman always wins.
I also like how they're not even trying to hide that Cody's going to win this year. I mean, we all knew that it was coming, but he's the fucking cover star of 2K24. Like, they're going to put so much time and effort behind this guy and not even give him a belt. Like, of course he's going to win at WrestleMania. They should have just done it last year. And you know what? Yeah, maybe somebody else would have been in Cody's spot right now. Maybe Cody would have fucking held on to the title for a year, and maybe he'd be defending it again. Who knows? But like, at least it would be Cody Rhodes showing up and doing something. I mean, I know we had a whole fucking rant last week about Roman Reigns not showing up, and every wrestling podcast under the sun talks about it, but like, this is the problem. Like, what are you going to do when Roman leaves? You're going to have this big power vacuum, and you move people in there. But these are guys that should have had this spot months, if not years ago. And yeah, they're going to be able to have those opportunities now, but people are not going to be behind them as much as they were before, because we all know that they're only getting these shots now because Roman is on his way out.
Well, and I think you actually said something right, where it's like, what would have been if they would have given Cody the belt then, which the only reason some people probably tuned in is they probably pulled people from AEW, because they went, we get to see Cody, who came in, helped build AEW, become this even bigger name, is now back to win the big one, and then they didn't, and then people are probably just like, well, fuck, why am I going to watch now? And they probably stopped watching because all of a sudden Cody doesn't have the belt. Like, the whole reason you brought him back, and then they just blew it. They wasted a whole storyline with the Bloodline. They blew that match too, and it was such a waste. And it's one of those, what could have been leading up to this WrestleMania instead of Roman 2 Electric Boogaloo. You know, I don't get the decision on that, where you're like, okay, let's have Sammy lose at Elimination Chamber, blow all of his momentum, then let's have Cody lose at Mania and blow all of his momentum too, to now have a story a year later where neither of them have momentum, but Cody's going to win, because why not?
Adversity.
Where is Sammy now?
Yeah.
I'll tell you, probably number 11 in the Royal Rumble and in for about 10 minutes. That's where you're going to find him. That's my prediction for him.
I'm going to throw one more out there, and then we'll wrap this bad boy up. I want to get everyone's, who is the Iron Man of this match?
Ooh.
Because we all know we can pretty much guess the winners, but I feel like this one is actually, there's always one, and maybe we don't know. Who do you think this year is going to be that guy? Last year was Gunther. Who's the Iron Man of this match?
Do we know if Braun Strowman's healthy? Or is he still out?
I'm not sure.
I don't know his status. I think he may still be out. I've seen him like doing like ambassador work and stuff, like in commercials and shit. But
So
I think
still injured.
He may just be still on, still out and doing stuff. I have a prediction though for the Iron Man. In fact, I have two. One I think is more likely to happen than the other. The one that I think is likely to happen, and I think one that everyone here will agree that is probably the possibility, is the Master Chad Gable. Thank you. What I would like to see would be Braun Breaker just coming in at like number 1 and not getting to the point where you like not getting down to like the top 10. Like don't make Braun too good, because he still has a lot of work that he can do in the main roster with a lot of these guys, but just get him out there and have him in for like 15 dudes, like get him to like the midway mark. That's a good like half hour if he starts the match, and like it'll just be a good opportunity to get him a good amount of exposure. And he's the kind of guy that can be really like explosive with his movements, which are always going to make for memorable moments in the Royal Rumble. And I feel like he would just be really fun to watch. So I just want him in the Rumble as long as possible if he is in it, to be honest.
His spear during the Rumble.
Yeah, dude. Like, he's crazy good. I don't know why they have him on NXT.
Such an explosive spear.
All he needs is a talker. And like, maybe that's why he's on NXT, but I feel like there's plenty of people on the main roster that can't talk. So why,
Because he still cuts those Scott Steiner cameos.
But that's arguably more of a reason to put him on Raw. I just want more Braun Breaker in 2024.
Fuck yeah.
All right, that's
my pick is main event Jinder Mahal, because I hope that motherfucker goes all the way, baby. Jinder the Iron Man, the modern day
How many people does he insert?
Who do you actually guess?
Probably the. You know what? I'm gonna do an outlandish one, an out there one, out in the outfield. Give me Montez Ford.
Ooh.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, they've really been wasting the Street Profits. It's been sad.
What a better way to get him going than the Rumble?
He's Bobby Lashley's second.
Kevin, who's your pick?
My joke pick? No, you know what? My real pick? The man himself, can come back and just do anything. Give me R-Truth for 50 minutes in the Rumble.
Oh my god. Oh, please. Please. Please.
I hope it's because Judgment Day stays with him the whole time. Like Judgment Day is all out there
Oh, that'd be awesome.
for like a half hour,
That'd be funny.
and then at the end they just turn on him and dump him, and he's like, "What the hell?" Like, he dumps JD and he goes, "Sorry, man, you out."
I hope JD dumps him. I hope that it's the Judgment Day just fucking ruling house and kicking ass, taking names, and then JD comes out, and then R-Truth, like have it like where everyone's just fucking vibing with R-Truth, and then like JD is the problem type thing, you know, like make it very clear.
That would be good.
Because then you could legitimately do custody of Judgment Day in a ladder match with JD McDonough and R-Truth for the right to stay in the Judgment Day.
I really want that now than the actual winner. I want that to happen.
That's the storyline I care about.
My other kind of guess is just because I feel like it's going to happen at WrestleMania 40, and it would be a fine story to tell. It could also be main event Jey Uso, that is your Iron Man, that is eventually dumped out by his brother, which sets it up for Mania. I feel like that is also a possibility.
I don't know if they're going to do Jay versus Jimmy this Mania, just because they're trying to be very hard with a brand split. Although there are people that go back and forth all the time, so who gives a shit.
That's why they did the whole Jimmy pulled him out during SummerSlam thing, is that was them setting it up. Especially because literally like 2 weeks before SummerSlam, they did an interview where they were like, "Yeah, our dream's always been to face each other at Mania." And then all of a sudden that happened, and it's like, well, I wonder where that's going to lead, folks.
Yeah, I would love to see the match. I just don't think they're going to do it this soon. I think it's going to be a lot more like kind of back, like one thing here or there, like a pull out here or there, like a run in, that kind of thing. I think we're probably going to have Jimmy versus Jay in a couple of years, honestly.
Are you guys ready for you're going to groan when I say it, but it's the most likely scenario.
Hell yeah.
Because again, adversity is what leads to him becoming WWE champion. Wahoo. Cody Rhodes is going to be the Iron Man. He's going to be in for like an hour and a half.
Oh, yeah.
And he's going to get eliminated. He's going to get dumped over the rope by CM Punk to lose, and he's going to be all sad and disheartened on the outside. And then he's going to have to pull himself up by his bootstraps to come back and get into WrestleMania.
He's got to come back to finish the story.
I think my eyes just rolled so far into the back of my head. I think I'm done. I'm done for this episode. I'm good.
Before we finish, I will say one thing. There is one thing that we did not talk about that I think will be a very real possibility. And honestly, this may be the one silver lining coming out of the Women's Royal Rumble match this year, because I kind of don't care. But I firmly believe that AJ Lee will be coming back to the WWE Women's Division in the Women's Royal Rumble. I hope she comes back for at least a short run, purely because I think this is the division that she should have always been in, not the old diva bullshit. But that's just me.
She's also in ring shape because of that show she was working on. I think she comes back for maybe a Mania run, and that's.
I'd rather have her than CM Punk any day of the week.
The silver lining.
Use her kind of the way they did with Beth Phoenix when, Edge was doing his little hurrah run. She'll come in, she'll do a couple fun-looking matches, and you'll be like, wow, she's actually pretty good, and then she'll disappear forever.
I think realistically, if CM Punk ever runs in with like the Judgment Day or something, you're going to need somebody to kind of match that women counterpart to Rhea Ripley. And I think that's probably the role that AJ Lee is going to play. I think, if anything, I think she's going to come in during the Rumble. She's going to probably come back a little bit before Mania. Like, I don't think we're going to get a run yet, but I think after CM Punk has the World Heavyweight Championship, the next logical step is to throw Damian Priest at him, because he's the Money in the Bank. And then at that point, you're getting Judgment Day involved. So I think that's why they need to bring AJ Lee back. But I'm just going to be excited to see her back. We all like her.
And of course, we won't know about that until Saturday, and that means we have to get there first. So
it's true.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm ready to wrap this one up.
I am ready, willing, and Gable.
I'm ready. I don't want to edit it, but I'll do it later.
Like I said, everybody, I am the other white meat. I am Jackal Joker. I will see you guys in the next one. Follow me on twitch.tv/JackalJoker. Throwing it to the next one.
I am your soon-to-be two-time Taco Fest champion, FGK Fire Guy Kev. You can follow me at youtube.com/FireGuyKev. And on that note, I'm going to throw it to the third.
I'll throw it to myself because we need to close out with the leader. You don't have to follow me anywhere. I'm just here. I'm having a good time talking with my pals. Let's close out with the voice of the show, though.
Well, don't give me that responsibility because, God damn it, I don't want it. But thank you guys so much for being here. We appreciate you guys coming out. Make sure you like, follow, leave that 5-star rating, all that stuff. On Spotify, there's Q&As. So if you got any Qs, shoot them at us, and maybe one day we'll do a Q&A episode because I feel like that would be fun. There are people watching it. I see you out there. But we'll be back next time. We'll be talking about the Royal Rumble reactions, because we got to talk about that, and we'll probably be recording it on Championship Sunday, so I don't know how we'll do that, but we'll figure it out. I think it's pretty clear anyway, though, that we're all firmly in the Lions camp, but we'll see you guys next time. Thank you so much. Make sure you like, follow, subscribe, leave us a 5-star rating.
Oh, I got Kevin. Oh, he's down. Quick, someone go for the pin.
Hey, let me up.
1, 2, 3. That's it. Ring the bell.